Yo, what's up, YouTube? What up, friends and fam? Out here in fucking beautiful North Attleboro, Massachusetts. It just occurred to me that something Wes Watson said that I want to revert back to, because maybe I can teach y'all in kind of a student form, because I look at Wes Watson, he's kind of the general right now, and I'm one of his students, or one of his soldiers. So what he's saying is shape down your body by going into calorie deficit and only eating the foods that make you shred the weight that you wanna. Like, you wanna first build that form you wanna work off of, you know what I mean? Say if you're 190 right now and you see yourself being 180, jacked, you know what I mean? So it makes sense that you shape that model before you're all jacked and 180. That's the only way to get it. So with a visualization I came up with, is just kind of like a wooden sculpture, you know? So visualize somebody doing a wooden sculpture that's gonna be like Hercules, you know what I mean? It's gonna look like Hercules. First they're gonna do is shape out Hercules' body, you know what I mean? The size of the log, the size of the stone, whatever you're using. And then they're gonna put the fine detail in, then they're gonna put the definition in. First you gotta have the right size, and then start chiseling that shit away. That's the way I'm looking at it, man. I'm still a soldier out here doing this shit at war, you know? Doing it without no gym. I've been doing it without no gym for a while now. I've only been going to the gym temporarily. My biggest flaw is eating too much, eating too many calories at the wrong times, and not fasting as much. So I'm calling myself out right now. I'm being a bitch right now from doing all that shit. That's why I'm a little flabby here and there. But this is just a soldier's point of view, man. This is honest, raw shit. So I want you to take that visualization of getting that stone or getting that log, and then really chiseling it down to the form that you want first, and then getting the fine details in of doing the workouts, doing an hour, 2-hour workouts. You don't need that right at first. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even recommend that right at first. You're gonna get hurt. I've hurt myself multiple times working out right off the bat. You know, when I was 225, 215, just going back in the workouts I was doing when I was 185, 180, 190 in high school, or just when I was working out every day. I've hurt myself that way, man, honestly. With a bench press, there was one time I did the bench press, and I started racking up the weight like I was doing when I was kind of not professional, but when I was athlete, just in the gym every day, benching every 3 days, every other day in high school. And then I took like a 4-year, couple year break from all that. And then I went right back into it, man. I went right back into it. And then I'll tell you what, man, I was challenging a friend, and then I put the bench up, right? 185, just lightweight. And then I start repping it out, and then boom, zzz, then there was like a fucking jolt right here, man. I'm telling you, that shit was real, man. So just be smart about when you're getting back into it. Take it very slow, and the first thing you gotta do is shape this motherfucking sculpture that you want first and foremost. I don't care. You can do 1,000 push-ups, you can do 1,000 crunches. If you're 225 pounds, you want to be 180, and you keep eating the same fucking food, you're gonna stay fucking 225. And chances are, if you do that many push-ups, like I'm saying, you're gonna strain something, you're gonna hurt something, and it's not gonna turn out good for you at all. It just is what it is, man. It's just facts. It's just simple math. You gotta really sculpture that body first before you put the hard-tuned work into it. Just like when I started out this journey, like one of the first workouts that Wes Watson gave me was, I said I want to go at home because I didn't want to go to the gym. I was a little bit ashamed to go to the gym, and then at the same time I was transitioning into the oil fields, and I didn't have a gym. I didn't have access to a gym, so I wanted to get used to not going to the gym and still looking swole, still feeling good from not going to the gym, not hitting the free weights. So one of the first at-home workouts I did that Wes Watson put me onto was 250 burpees, 25 sets of 10. No. 10 sets of 25 burpees. And I'll tell you what, man, the first time I did that workout, I did it all in all, but it took me an hour and a half to get through it. Like the first time I did it, it took me like an hour and a half to get through it. This is one of these times I was 210 pounds, 215 pounds, whatever it was. I just got done doing a stint in the Bahamas, doing a work stint in the Bahamas, a work gig. And man, shit was not looking good for me, man. But I'm glad I found Wes Watson. And then, so I did that 250 burpees in about an hour and a half. But the point is, now I can do that same 250 burpees in about 30 to 40 minutes, probably 40, 45. But it ain't about the time, man. But what I'm saying is, don't fucking rush yourself into this shit, man, because you will hurt yourself. You gotta focus on your calories, your caloric intake, and also where these calories are coming from. I'm a firm believer in that too. So what I believe is go 100% organic, go 100% local. You got to do these things. I'm still working on it. I'm not 100% at all, man. I'm going to be honest, but these are the things that you got to implement into the diet, man. This is the thing, like with the season going on, with everything going on in the world, it's clear as day that we got to go local. We got to go organic, because all this sickness and whatnot, these people who are getting sick, it's kind of a different story, but all the GMOs and everything, it's because you're not going local and organic, and you're getting all these cancerous things in your body. So it's better if we go local and organic, and we get these things in our body, and then you get in that caloric deficit, and then you'll be feeling phenomenal, man. I'm telling you, you will be feeling better than you've ever felt in your life. And that's the goal, man. Go 100% organic, 100% local. Cut out the sugars, keep the sugars and the sodium down. That's another thing that doing this for a couple years has taught me. But mainly shape that sculpture you want before you actually get into the fine detail. It's like if you want a 200-pound rock and then you want it to be 150 pounds, you got to chisel that shit off day by day, day by day. Look at it as like hand detailing that shit, man. Just hand detailing that shit. There ain't no easy way to do this, man. You can take pre-workout, you can take vitamins. All this is just, you know what I mean? It's just how you want to feel. You can take different sorts of supplements. You can take fucking steroids. You can take testosterone. All that shit's not going to get you where you want to be. It's going to add some momentum to where you want to be from a magical thinking standpoint, I would call it. But then also, once you do get to that shape, then you can implement those things if that's the route you want to take, if you really want to go that way. But there's no real reason to go that way when you're going to be, you know, organically and locally as possible, because those two things are going to make you feel fucking great. Your testosterone is going to be through the roof. Your estrogen is going to be low. Because the way that we eat in America now with all these GMOs and all these products, it makes your estrogen go way the fuck up and makes your testosterone go way the fuck down. It causes you kind of to overeat more often, because society as a general in today's America is overeating because they're getting all this shit. It's like low calorie, low fat, but all that shit's bullshit. And then when you really think about it, these people are eating a lot of calories, man. Because you eat something that's low calorie or low fat, then you fucking keep eating, man, and that shit ain't good for you, man. So you gotta stay to it, you gotta stick to it. If you need some workouts, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Snapchat. I know a lot of y'all are following me from the Trucker's Path and whatnot. We're still getting that too. We're still working on it. We're waiting for Nantucket to open up right now. Thank God for that stimulus check that just came in. Kind of banking on that right now. But yeah, man, just really stick to this thing. Follow my path. Like, comment, share, and subscribe this shit. You get more shit like this. I'm kind of taking like the Wes Watson approach now. Shout out to Wes Watson if you're watching this. I appreciate you for everything you've done, putting yourself out there like this. And let's fucking get it. Let's go.